All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol JAGX, Jaguar Health Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel. Invest for tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And let's jump into this chart. So Jagx actually ran up. It used the resistance as support, brought itself up to about 299. And they tried using it as support again as the bears were dominating, right? You could see the bulls fighting there in that candlestick, and those two candlesticks leveling this off, and the bears continue to tear it down. So we're back now kind of where we started at 202, and we need to watch this carefully because this resistance level right here has formed itself to be a resistance level again. So 212 is the near-term resistance level based off the chart. But there is a newer resistance level that we're going to talk about, and I want us to keep in mind, but very important to keep these numbers in mind as we look at them. Now, yesterday's support is not as significant. This was kind of a support to watch before this continued to go down or how it's reacting, but we're going to look at our new support level here. We're going to look at our new resistance level here, and I want us to keep in mind 212. Super important point that can let us know where this is going and if the momentum is building itself up. When you pull up the MACD might be showing us some different signs here, and it's definitely showing us a little bit different than this candlestick, but we still need to watch it due to the fact that it's getting into the light red bars, so that could be a signification that the bulls are trying to reappear and start to build some momentum, but they got a long way to go until they break through that resistance. So I want every single investor to be aware of that, and we need to watch this carefully. So the 50-day moving average here is 166. If that gets broken through, we will end up in bearish territory. So between support and the 50-day moving average, there's a really small window, and that's the last drop of bullish territory that the bulls will have. So we need to watch this carefully, and once this ends up in bearish territory, it could start to pull down deeper into it, hitting newer lows and new resistance levels. So we need to watch it very, very carefully. So our support level here is 180. Super important for the bulls to stay away from that, use that as support and pull up from it if they get close to it. But if the bears accomplish crossing it from 180 to 166, like I said, very small window to watch if the bulls try to reappear, or are the bears tearing this down fairly fast, getting closer to their goal, ending up in bearish territory. So we want to keep that in mind. 180s are support. The bulls definitely want to stay above that. They want to stay in bullish territory, and they've built some momentum here. We're going to have to see in the MACD, it's showing like they're building momentum. If those light bars continue to persist and they turn into dark green ones, this could start to pull up, but the bulls still have to break through resistance. I want every single investor to be aware of that. The highest point reached in the day was up here at 299. So every single investor, definitely stay tuned in towards the end of this video to go ahead and talk a little bit in more detail of why 299 is so important. And to be honest with you guys, it's a pretty important point in this whole entire chart moving forward. So the bulls definitely want to get across that, but before getting there, it's this point here, 270. 270 needs to be broken through. It's the highest point before this fell, and very important for the bulls to turn that into a support so they can pull away from it and reach newer highs and new resistance levels, pulling further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. So 270 is a very important resistance level, and we're going to talk about now in just a moment why 299, and if you want to round that up to $3, is just as important moving forward. So when you zoom out and you go back to the history of the chart here of how this stock was, the last time this saw $3 was back in July 2019. That has not been seen in over a year and a half. That is why these numbers are so important where we're at right now with Jaguar Health. Even where it's sitting right now at $2. But for it to reach the $3, that's a big deal. So I want every single investor to be aware of that and pay close attention to it, because that's the true resistance level that the bulls need to break through for this to break out in that upward direction. The MACD is showing some momentum here, so we need to watch it, but not just the momentum to go upwards, because momentum to go upwards is a good sign, but they need to break through resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like, for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.